What's up, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to hardwire your Chauvet Freedom Stick X4s so that you can use the master slave option and the RFC remote. Alright, so first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have DMX cables. These are going to be 3-pin and they are not the same as XLR cables, so you want to make sure that you use specifically 3-pin DMX cables. Alright, and so since I'm going to be hardwiring these, we're going to want to set 3 of them to slave mode, and then we're going to have one master stick. And what you want to do is make sure that you set the slave units first before you connect it with the DMX cables to your master. And once it's connected to the master, it can run on auto programs or pretty much the same as standalone mode. And what I like to do before I get started here is I like to reset the sticks back to factory default settings because if you are playing around with the functions, sometimes it's just easiest to click the reset button. So I'll show you guys how to do that. So right here we have our menu button. It's going to be right there at the top. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to keep clicking it until I see set. Right there. Once I see set, I'm going to press this button right here, enter. It's going to say RF. And we're just going to go up and down with these 2 buttons right here. And I went down one and it says reset. I'm going to click enter. It's going to say no. I'm going to go up again or down and it's going to say yes. Click enter. And now the stick has been set to its factory default settings. Alright, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to set 3 of these units to slave mode, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we're going to eventually link it up with the DMX cables to the master unit, and we're going to make sure that it can connect to this remote here. So let's go ahead and set the first unit here to slave. Turn it on. Press menu. Keep pressing menu until you see SLA. Press the enter button and it's going to say SLA1 and we're going to press enter. Alright, and this is what you should see right here. You should see D1 and this light flashing right here. So that stick has been set into slave mode. And we're going to repeat that process for the 2 other sticks right here. So again, turn it on. We're going to press menu until we see SLA. Click enter. SLA1. Click enter again. And now it's configured to slave mode. Alright. For the last unit here, just repeat that process. Press menu until you see SLA. Click enter. And SLA1. Click enter again. Alright, so all these sticks are now set to slave mode. And you want to make sure that you do it in this order because each of these sticks, they have to be in slave mode before you connect it to the master unit. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to connect our master unit. And how we do that is we flip this around to the back and you guys will see DMX in and DMX out. So we're going to want to daisy chain each of these units so that eventually it's going right into one of these here in the master. This will be the last unit on our string. So we went DMX in to the next unit, which is in slave mode, and we're going to go DMX out. And then we're going to repeat this process for the next stick. Take another cable to the back of this stick. We're going to go DMX in. Connect it to the next slave unit, which is going to be DMX out in the back. And And now, finally, we're going to connect this last unit to the master unit. So again, in to the master unit, DMX out. And there you have it. Now they're all synced up. And that's exactly what you want to see. Alright, and so I'm going to use the remote control that comes with the package. I'm going to show you guys how to make sure that you have this connected. So, this unit here, go into menu. As you guys can see, just going through these options, it's going to start taking us through all the different kinds of functions that they have, but they should all remain synced, even as you scroll through the menu. Now, to make sure that it's connected to your RFC remote, you go to Set, RF, click Enter, Public, click Enter, and now it should be taking any frequencies that come from an RF remote from Chauvet. So, let's give it a shot here. I'm going to click the Auto button, and there you go. And as I keep clicking through it, it's taking me through the auto programs, which have the letter P right here on our master stick. Program 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. There's a strobe function, which is really cool. Turn that off. There's a dimmer function. And there's also a blackout function, which will just turn everything off here, right on the remote. All right, and so that's pretty much it. If you want to hook everything up, hardwire everything so that your Freedom Stick X4s can connect to the remote here and they all sync up together so that they're all doing the same thing, that's exactly how you want to do it. However, there is a way to connect all of these without using these cables, and that is called DeFi configuration. And so I'll put a link to a video explaining how you set these up for that as well. Other than that, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.